Is this a safe space? So, hear me out. Yumichika and Ikkaku from Bleach. If you guys all rewatch the series, like I do, I probably watched it about 20 times, and I just kind of find myself thinking, there's something very gay coded about their relationship. So if you're just like me and curious if whether or not they're a thing, then you're in the right spot. So in today's video, I would like to dissect the relationship between Ikkaku and Yumichika from Bleach. So Ikkaku and Yumichika are both from Squad 11. One of them is now a lieutenant after the end of the series, and that's going to be Ikkaku, and then Yumichika, I believe, is the third seat. And they are comrades in arms. They have known each other for centuries, even prior to joining Squad 11. They actually joined the court guard squads together. I think they lived in the Rukongai district centuries prior to the beginning of the story. So they've been friends for a very, very long time. And when I was watching the series as a teenager, I automatically, not that I thought anything about their relationship, I just thought they were comic relief characters, especially Yumichika, because Yumichika had this gag about being beautiful and pretty, and I didn't really think twice about it. But upon rewatching, and especially after watching the Thousand Year Blood War arc, my head is kind of like scratching, wait a minute, I think they might be a couple. So, first kind of evidence that I would like to bring up is when Ikkaku fought Ichigo, there was a flashback, and then we learn more about Ikkaku's backstory and why he wants to follow Kenpachi, and then you also see Yumichika's in that flashback. Now Yumichika, because he's a bit more flamboyant and a little bit more feminine presenting, it kind of clocks their tea just a little bit. Now he could be the gay best friend, but it doesn't really give that. It gives there's a mutual thing going on here between them, but they've known each other way back in the past. Yeah, Yumichika was kind of in a full-blown kimono, again, very gorgeous, head to toe, very well taken care of. And then Ikkaku obviously was looking very rough, but even then you can tell that they had there's a mutual respect between them that I don't think gets talked about enough. Yes, they're comrades, but there is a deep-rooted trust between the two of them that I don't think can be denied. And you see that really come to fruition when Ikkaku's fighting the Arankar I think it's called Volcanica. Forgot his name. I think it's Edrad. When he fought Edrad, Yumichika knew not to join the battle. He knew about Ikkaku's Bankai, but because he knows how Ikkaku is, he knows that pride just will not allow him to join in the fight. And you can tell that he obviously didn't want to see Ikkaku die, but he understands Ikkaku. And as they're fighting, I'm like, any other Soul Reaper would have chastised Ikkaku for either not using his Bankai or playing around in a fight, but Yumichika really does understand how Ikkaku gets down. And when I really take a step back to just kind of look at them, it could be two things. Either A, they just are really, really close, really super duper understand each other, or there's a romantic element here, or it could be unspoken, unrequited love, which I don't really get that, because Ikkaku he doesn't strike me as a type to be oblivious to Yumichika. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I think they understand each other. I really think that it's just, I think Kubo just won't flat out say that they're together. Does that make sense? And Kubo is really good at putting stuff out there for us and then allowing us to interpret it. And maybe it's because I am part of the community and maybe I'm a little hyper focused on certain things that I can be projecting my experience onto them. But I don't think so. I really think that they are a unit, and it doesn't help. And I'm going to fast forward a couple arcs. It doesn't help when Yumichika and Ikkaku ran into Giselle of the Bambis. Giselle, I believe, is the one that has the zombie ability. Now, Giselle is a man, but very feminine presenting. I'm not sure what Giselle identifies as. I don't think Giselle's ever said she, her pronouns, but they are a part of the Bambis, so it's assumed that Giselle's a girl. Yumichika clocked her so fast and said, something here doesn't belong. And I'm not saying like Yumichika's like I want to say transphobic or misgendering Giselle, but I wonder if that's Kubo's funny way of saying like real recognizes real. Yumichika clocked Giselle because Giselle and Yumichika are a part of the same community. So whatever Giselle's trying to pull off, it's not getting past Yumichika. And what I thought was funny is Ikkaku was actually in on the gag too. Like Ikkaku was like, "Girl, listen, we know your tea." And I'm like, okay, is Kubo like? I could be reading too deeply into this, but is Kubo like? Is this our gay couple? We just don't know it yet. Like, are they like the power couple that we've just been waiting for? Because I swear y'all really were trying to push Soifon and Yoruichi, even though they're more like sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that like lesbian obsessed stuff that Soifon was doing was anime only. That didn't exist in the manga. Like Soifon and Yoruichi like literally do not. I don't think they interact at all after the Soul Society arc. So cut it. They're not lesbians. Whereas with Yumichika and Ikkaku, like we get a lot of screen time with them together. Clearly they have a bond. Again, I could be reaching. My headcanon is they're together, they're lovers. And I think that they're going to be just joined at the hip for eternity, which is cute. And I will say, if they are, I think it's really cool. If again they are, that Kubo he's found a way to include the community in his work without that making them their personality trait. And again, and I say this in my other videos, like you've got to tell compelling stories so that people are not so distracted by the title, right? If you write compelling characters, people are going to rock with them regardless of how they identify or how they live their lives. Ikkaku is a complete badass. His Bankai is really cool. He's from Squad 11. Squad 11 is one of the most coolest squads in the show, obviously because of Kenpachi. And one thing I like about Kenpachi is Yumichika is able to be his most flamboyant self. And they don't even bat an eye. They almost encourage it, right? All they care about is your strength with the sword. And I think that's really, I mean, I know we don't live in a fantasy world, but if the world was more like that, people I don't think will be as homophobic. People won't be as scared of what they don't understand, right? And so long as somebody's not like making other people uncomfortable or pushing themselves on others, I think the world would be a better place. So let me know what you guys think. Am I reaching? I don't know, y'all. I'm a little unhinged. So if I'm reaching, let me know. Always a pleasure talking about Bleach. I have so many other video ideas I would love to go over. I would love to talk about more about the Quincy. I feel like we are starving for Quincy content just in general. So I would love to, again, Hashwalt and Baz B. Like, come on. You can't tell me that they're not, that there isn't some undertones there. Conversation for a different day. So anyways, if you guys enjoy videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment. The engagement has really been the lifeline of my channel. I am about 200 subscribers away from 1,000. We're trying to get monetized. I just got to be consistent with y'all. So if you guys like this content, please engage with it, share it. And like I say in all my other videos, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next upload.